Well, good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Because without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Well, it's day number 3 for me, working on this shower, and coming down the tail end of I might be able to finish it up today. Just got to finish the curb tile, grout all of it, and sand her down. And I'm done. See what time I get finished, see if I feel like driving that 230 miles back home or not. But anyway, here's my thoughts, okay? I have to be, again, this is easy for me to go ahead and say what I think the Cowboys should do because it's not my money. It's not, I don't get the ramifications, although I do get trolls that say I'm an idiot and everything else and will jump my shit later on. But as I was talking about last night, here's what you have to understand. The dynamics in the NFL are changing completely. Now, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Rams basically showed you that you can buy a Super Bowl. That maybe trying to draft a quarterback is not the solution, that it's better to let somebody else spend all the draft picks on him, coach him up and get him to be a good quarterback, and then turn around and get one of those guys when they hit free agency or make a trade for them. Yeah, you'll have to pay premium money for it, but you're not necessarily having to pay premium draft picks per se on a 50-50 crapshoot. You're a little more guaranteed of getting somebody who's at least legit. And if you have a team to put around them, then that's the way to go. Now, we've heard Jerry Jones, who's been kind of ticked at Amari Cooper for most of the season, and when people say that Jerry Jones runs everything, well, it seems like if Jerry Jones was running everything and he from the beginning was thinking Amari Cooper's not getting the ball, then why wasn't that being pressed with the coaches to call his number more? Just saying that. More as in Kellen Moore. My thing is this. I don't know how any way that you can look at this and say that the Dallas Cowboys will be a better team without Amari Cooper. I know that Semi is going to have a bigger role and everything else, and we look for him to do some really good things, that we may bring back Noah Brown, and then, of course, we're re-signing Michael Gallup, and we're just going to say, yeah, that's good, that's the trick. Because I remember what it was like when we had a bunch of not exactly stand-up wide receivers. Yeah, we had Des Bryant, we had Cole Beasley, and things, but after that, it wasn't exactly great. Des Bryant was on the tail end of his career having injury issues. Cole Beasley is more of a possession receiver, but there weren't really game changers. And I'm not sure that Michael Gallup is going to be ready like everybody thinks he is to start the season. And even if he is able to start the season, I guarantee you that he's not going to be 100%. I mean, he came off the calf injury, and I'm not going to say that he was great shape right then. It still takes time for your body to heal. Regardless of that, to me, you must keep Amari Cooper. And what you have to do is restructure the deal. Restructure the deal. There's no better time than now to restructure deals. As I was saying about Amazon and Apple, those two juggernauts, we know Bezos has more money than anything. He's got so much money that let me just go to space. I'm just going to go to space, man. I ain't got nothing else to buy. One of the few things that you can't get on Amazon is a freaking NFL team. And I think he's trying to actually do that as well. In the meantime, they are vying for the Sunday ticket. They know how big football is. They want to be able to stream it, so you don't have to have that freaking satellite. The minimum amount that they'll pay, and I don't think it's going to be the minimum amount, is $2 billion. As I pointed out last night, this is going to take effect in 2023. Okay? This is the 2022 season, okay? In which case, we're in cap hell. This deal may go to $7.5 billion. $7.5 billion. $7.5 billion, if you do the math, okay, they haven't talked about this, nobody talks about this, but I'm trying to get you deeper into this. the way the cap works is by the total revenue divided by 32 teams. For the players, they get 48%. The owners, 52%. So when that $7.5 billion number comes to life, what we're talking about is staggering $235 billion. $235 million per team, multiplied by 0.48, which is the player's percentage, comes out to $115 million increase in the cap. That's a third of, that's half of what the cap is now. More than half of what the cap is now will be added. So if you're the Dallas Cowboys and you've seen the case now that teams are buying Super Bowls, you can take Amari Cooper's $22 million because his guaranteed money is out the door. You can work his cap number down to only a few $1 million this year. Throw it down the road. Throw it down the road. You know you got tons of money coming next year. Tons of money. The whole contract. The thing is, guys, I'm only talking about just the Sunday ticket. I'm not talking about ESPN, their money that they're putting in for Monday Night Football. Because, see, that money hasn't actually kicked in yet because we're still on last CBA's agreement. That money starts kicking in next year as well. We're talking about everybody who's now spending boatloads of money to try and get talent. We're not talking about the gambling money that's going to be increasing because they're gambling on everything. Everything. Hell, I bet you there's an over or under of penalties on the Dallas Cowboys. How many will they get for this game? 10? What was the over and under? That doesn't count playing in Germany or Mexico and all this other money. The NFL salary cap, I'm betting, and the only way to know, of course, is I got to live till 2030. But I'm betting by 2030 that the NFL cap is going to be about $1 billion. I'm telling you. This money is going to grow exponentially. This, hey, it's going to grow $10, $15 million. You watch how this cap blows up. And if you're the Dallas Cowboys, this is where you say, I'm going to go all in right now. Think about it. The Colts were able to get Russell Wilson out of Seattle. Not that Seattle is a great team right now. Seattle needs a complete rebuild. Tom Brady, I know that they're hoping that Tom Brady will come back. But are you really scared of Tampa Bay without Tom Brady? I'm not sure that you are. You look at the rest of that division. Atlanta, Matty Ice is too much money. Carolina, jeez, they don't have a quarterback. New Orleans looks like they're going to try and hold on to Jameis Winston, but without Sean Payton. You look at our division. Yeah, the Eagles are always a good team. As much as I hate them, they're always still a thorn in the side. But we've owned our division forever. We're 6-0 and we kicked ass in our division. Yes, the Rams, coming off the Super Bowl, could be a Super Bowl hangover. And they're going to lose a lot of players because of the money situation. The 49ers. Do they keep Jimmy G? Are they going to be great? I don't know. They're a team to watch. But as you look across the board, Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers might retire, and they were one and done too. When you look at the landscape out there, right now, it's not as bad as it may have been in past years. And this is the year that you say, I've got an opportunity to put my foot on the gas and make that move to try and get that ring. That's all I'm saying. You can agree or disagree with me. It doesn't really matter. And the only person that matters is Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones and what their plans are. But you could literally go ahead and get yourself between Dak and Amari only. You can get about $30 million of cap room. I know that doesn't sound like a lot when you're 21 under, but that right there leaves you now $9 million over. And if you're going to go ahead and bring back Tyron, you got to bring back Zeke. There's no better time than to redo Zeke's number. You can't get rid of him. At least kick the money down the road even further when you know it's going to blow up. Grab some of that money out of that. They can go through and they can get about $80 million of cap relief if they want to. Now, the bigger question on this is, do you just want to get rid of Amari Cooper because you're just pissed off at him? That's a different story. The whole COVID thing, the lack of production, when you're a billionaire, multi-billionaire, you can do anything you want. I mean, hell, you could basically tell us that Rich Dalrymple was going in to make sure there was plenty of toilet tissue in the cheerleaders' locker room. You can. So, that's where we are. So, I appreciate you guys helping me get halfway to Lowe's so I get these tiles. And I hope that you guys have a great Sunday. I don't know if I'll be back home tonight or if I'll be back home tomorrow. But sometime between now and then, I'm going to get there. You have a great day and peace.